Scientists from the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration announced the discovery of a new underwater forest, which has not reached human hands for thousands of years. This forest, according to an article published by the American network CNN, on Wednesday, April 8, 2020, was announced in a scientific article published by the aforementioned American administration. Last week, it grew from the cypress trees on the bank of a river near the Gulf of Mexico, and as these trees grew in age they fell. It was buried under sediment, and when the sea level rose, the forest remains were submerged again, making it the oldest discovered underwater forest. The exciting and interesting thing about this discovery, according to what scientists announced, is that this deserted jungle under the water could be a reservoir for many medicinal herbs, which are supposed to be the key to accessing new drugs that save human lives. According to the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, which published an article about this forest last week, no one has touched this ancient forest for thousands of years. But in 2004, Hurricane Ivan struck the U.S. Gulf Coast, sweeping the seafloor and sediment that kept the forest buried. In December, a team from scientists from Northwestern University and the University of Utah on an exploration trip, funded by the National Ocean and the U.S. Air Closing, dive into water and bring wood pieces to do in the factor. Although the wood is 60,000 years old, it remains a good condition because it is buried under the layers of the sediments prevented oxygen from access and analyze it. Francis Choi, director of the laboratory in the Center for Seafood at the University of Northwest, said his team was enabled to look at the types of living things that benefited from this old, the different species of animals added there or animals that live it too. Margot Hygood, professor of medical chemistry research at the University of Utah, told the CNN network, "We were able to insulate bacteria from these objects and get a number of them did not deal with them, so we are really excited about it." The National Ocean and the U.S. Air Condition also detected more than 300 animals from wood in the forest atmosphere. Administrative scientists stressed that it was particularly focused on only one animal, the vertical vanasse, a type of component of the irresponsible turbines to the animal tissues. The fear of old wood from the old wood was produced by a breeder of many bacteria, many of which were new, while researchers identified the DNA sequence of 12 bulb bacteria, to assess their ability to make new treatment drugs. We checked antibiotics and nervous activity that tends to painkillerish pain, as well as anti-cancer drugs, Margot H. Wood also says. We have not been working on antiviral drugs in the past, but at the moment the section I work at Utah University is heading to include viral tests in the program, he said. Although the rear of the coronavirus was not surprised, there were future diving activities at the Old Forest site. Wood said it would continue with the team of scholars to study the samples that we have exported from the site and hope to spread results within a year.